Well, hello and welcome back, all the Rocketeers here at Minor League Esports, presented by APM Music. Once again, I'm your happy-go-lucky hooligan host, Captain at Soka, in the booth, not alone, but instead joined by none other than Chaos Spike themselves. Chaos, how are you feeling after that first series, my guy?
Oof, that was a bit of a sweat fest, and I expect this next one to hopefully be just as sweaty and as action-packed as the other one was. This time, we have the Premier League, the guys that can go high and fly a lot faster. So, I mean, I expect to see some pretty good mechanics, the acrobatics, the super acrobatic cars. It's the Dodgers and the Bears once again. I mean, hey, mirror image. So, kind of a battle of the bottom here. The Dodgers coming in 6-24, and the Bears 9-21. I think both teams are mathematically eliminated, but hey, they want bragging rights. Am I not right here, Captain?
Oh, what? Yeah, absolutely. Again, just how MLE plays out their games as the way that we play out all 5 games, and that every goal, every shot, every play matters. So does every single game. So you really still want to perform at the absolute best you can, no matter what your standing is. And still, these are some pretty two top competitive teams that we're talking about here. Because remember, we're in the Premier League. So yes, I'm expecting to see some nuttery buttery type plays. I want to see some Phillip resets. I want to see, a little bit of backboard double touches and all that good stuff. Maybe a musty or two. So, I'm still expecting a lot, because these are like kind of the older siblings of the teams that we just watched. We were watching a little bit of the AL. Now we're on our way to the PL, into the Premier League. So, I'm still expecting a good bit of level of play here. And not only that, but I also noticed one of my casting one of my casting co-workers here over there. I see Squid on the field. So, it's always good to see somebody from somebody that we work with on the field and watch him play. So regardless, I'm gonna be looking forward to this one nonetheless.
I expect to see him pretty speedy, as well as he's in the race car, the F1 itself, as he is in reverse right now, trying to control this one and bait Zach in. Gets the flick over top of Zach, scoops it up and says, "No, you. I'll give you the flick straight back." Good neighbor couldn't quite get the touch he needs, and Ali will send that over to Zach. Zach up the wall, challenged immediately by a speedy good neighbor, trying to get a pinch in front, up the post, and reads it in. The Dodgers have the lead, 1-0.
Yeah, this is when some chaos is a little bit fruitful here, because we're seeing everybody go for this ball. And honestly, it could have been Good Neighbor or Squid that just happened to land there, but it was Good Neighbor getting a quick read off the touch, off the backboard, making this one 1-0 a little bit early, as already like these two teams are going at each other, not holding anything back, just having no regard for the other person. Just all the bump plays and all the physical plays going on right now, they are just all over the place.
Yeah, and a huge clear all the way down, and then touch to the top, but a beautiful read by Squid himself. Quick shot on goal, turned aside on the goal line by Good Neighbor, and Squid has to go up for the rebound. Little bit of a miscommunication as a little double happens in the corner, but Squid gonna fire this one right off the sidewall. It ramps up, Neighbors up, touchdown off the backboard. This one should be open. It is! So when you need to call someone for insurance, Good Neighbor's your guy. 2-0.
Yep, this was a really, really great play there. Good Neighbor going up, putting a little bit of aerial acrobatics on for us to kind of look at there. But then it was, when you really break it down, it was really just some textbook Rocket League. A nice, good up there for some, aerial mechanics. But, just a classic backboard read, forcing both the defenders to make a choice and kind of put themselves out of position, leaving a good open net for Squid to come in. Now they're up 2-0. And I got to say, I have yet to play or see anyone play with the Formula One car. So I don't even know about its hitbox. I don't know nothing about it. But right now, Squid's making it look pretty good.
Yeah, it's flatter than a pancake, that's for sure, but he's making this thing look quite well here. That one touched up field. Zach up instantly to challenge that one into the corner. Coming out in front. What a read by Ali. Gets the projector out on the field, touches it down in. They cut the lead within 1.
All right, chat, I'm going to need your help here, because chances are I'm going to butcher this. I always get these wrong. No matter what, I always get it wrong, but hopefully I'm right this time. Is it ally or ally? Because I want to say ally, but again, I could be completely wrong, as I more than often am. But here comes ally with a good touch there off the kickoff. And now Zach looking to make the attack there, but unfortunately does not have what it takes to find the back of the rack. But, oh, hold the phone, here we go. Zach says we're about to make this one 2-2 yet again with 1 second above 3 left on the clock. What a read.
Yeah, just a huge answer back here by the Bears, and we get the game reset here at 3 minutes. And this is what you want to see in Premier League. Both teams just battling back and forth and not backing down, answering each other's calls to action here. Bears really low on boost as Zach's going to have to rotate back and let his partner push up, but instead they're going to play the passive game. Great passing play by the Dodgers at midfield. The Bears just waiting on goal line, letting them do what they want, but they had the defensive end covered. Squid, good touch to get this away from the net, but he's demoed and pays the ultimate price. Good Neighbor's going to have to defend that net by himself momentarily, and then he's gone. Everybody's dying, Captain.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I love to see. And honestly, now that we're moving up into the Premier League, I totally expect to see a lot more physical and demolition plays. But guess what? It's going to be Good Neighbor who gets the demolition, who gets demolished, but it does not stop them from getting the goal right after that. That's what we call a good old-fashioned and one. And we will take those all day. And I like what I'm seeing from Squid and Good Neighbor, because so far it was Good Neighbor feeding Squid. Now we see Squid feeding Neighbor. A beautiful pass play, and it's like I always say, it's the pass plays that will win the games.
Yeah, exactly what you want to see. Some physicality and some passing. That's what you want to see in Rocket League. Squid trying to cut that one by Ali. And Zach's up already, man. He's speedy, touching it down, backboard down. Ali can't quite challenge it right away. Has to buy a few seconds for Zach to recover with. Good Neighbor, 1 touch, 2 touch. Stop by Zach on the goal line. We are looking for a goal for the Bears to reset it once again, but the Dodgers fighting back at every second as they defend their lead with 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock.
And now, again, the attack coming from Ally/Ally, waiting for confirmation from the chat, as this will go off the sidebar there. And now underway is the counterattack. Squid with an opportunity, but Squid has just been some calamari with some demolition derby going down at the midfield. The counterattack underway, going back for the Bears, liking one because it's kind of reminiscent, even type of play style that we saw in the previous series, again between the Dodgers and the Bears, but only Academy League.
And a huge touch wrapping around the backboard. Can he get the double? Can't, but the follow-up by Zach ties the game at 1 minute and 9 seconds. The Bears have done it.
Now, you see, this is exactly what I was talking about. You know, we have, again, 2 very evenly matched teams. And keep in mind, this is only game number 1. We still have plenty of games left to play. But just seeing them so far go back and forth here in game number 1 is really going to kind of solidify my prediction to say that I can see this series going all the way into game number 5. If this is just what we're seeing in game number 1, I cannot wait to see how this series unfolds as we move forward with only a minute left here in game number 1.
Yeah, I am sweating in the booth right now, and Ali got to put that one. Great save by Squid on the goal line off the post. It doesn't get any closer than that. And Good Neighbor, not being a good neighbor at all, stealing the boost and touching it back to Squid. Quick shot. That one's top right corner. Beautiful placement, but a better save by Ali. And again, the Dodgers pelting the net right now, trying to find a hole in the defense, but they found one on the offensive side.
Yeah, this was just a spectacular read from Zach here. Again, sending it from one pitch to the other, all the way downtown with the Larry Bird full court 3. What a beautiful shot coming through, and that's exactly what you need with 30 seconds left on the clock to take the lead and take the momentum. But it's now all on the Dodgers to try and make an equalizer here with just about 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, the Dodgers trying to tie it up, and this, Premier League, they got all the mechanics in the world to do it with even 0 seconds on the clock, and they have 12, and Squid's got the ball with boost, so this is what you want and need. Quick 50 just kind of dies in front of Zach. Quick touch in the corner going up, and Zach meets that one. Huge clear, might be able to pick up a buzzer beater. He can't, and the Bears steal game 1.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I kind of expected, going on all the way down to the wire, and again, like what we saw, in the previous series about how closely matched these teams are. But let's take a look at the stats a little bit and do a little bit of Caps analysis. What we're looking at right here, and again, coming from the Bears, I love what I'm seeing over there with the pass plays, because we saw Ally/Ally picking up, the playmaker medal, which is my favorite medal that gets given out in Rocket League. I love the playmakers. I love seeing it happen. But then Zach coming up with a hat trick, getting 3 goals and an assist for themselves. Both of their teammates Zach and Ally have 100% goal participation, and that shows me some perfect executed Rocket League when every single player on the team is getting involved and are responsible for the goals that end up on the board. Well done. And we're also seeing on the other side, some pass plays going on there with 100% goal participation for them as well. So again, some very close competition here, and I expect it to go the full distance all the way into game number 5 as we move along here into game number 2.
Yeah, those are beautiful stats to look at, and they both had 10 shots on the nose as well. So, I mean, this series is going to be a treat to the eye for everybody, and I expect nothing less coming from these Premier League lads. So, game 2 firing up here, and this is going to can go either way, judging by how game 1 went. And both these teams have tons of mechanics and the passing plays. That's what you want to see.
Oh, what, 100%. And not only that, but like it really just came down to one play. That was the only difference maker in game number 1. It all came down to one play, and it wasn't even a mishap. It was just good offensive prowess coming from the other team. So again, we're just seeing some spectacular mechanics being showed, and just good overall gameplay coming from both of these teams. So I really don't have a favorite in this one. But if I was to pick, I would just say the Dodgers, just because Squid is over there. I talk to Squid. We work together sometimes. So I would like to see Squid come out on top. But if they don't, then I get to rib them about it later. So either way is a win-win for me.
And a great read and a beautiful shot here by Ali up top, just getting the ruler stick out, squaring that one up, placing it top right, and getting the lead for the Bears where they left off last game, and not being the ally that the Dodgers want and need there. Zach off the kickoff, trying to get something going in front of the net. Squid gonna race this one up and try and get a 50, but Ali quick fake challenge kind of got the better of the Dodgers there.
Yeah, now Zach looking to make an attack right here, as it looked like that Ally rather, was going for a demolition or a bump play. Could have been very costly, but good adaptation and reaction coming up from the Dodgers. Now a beautiful wall pinch going towards the other side, over to Ally, and it will be 2-0 off of this spectacular team play.
Oh, what a read and what a pass here. Just the acrobatics coming in. The Matrix backflip touch to make it 2-0. I mean, that is a snazzy looking play.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave this one up to the chat to decide, calculated or not. Don't get me wrong, 100% calculated for Ally to get that touch there, but was the pass meant to be? A beautiful wall touch there, and Ally was at the right place at the right time. Just all around good play, and now it's going to be up to the Dodgers to try and counter this, as they are now down 2-0 here in the game, as Zach now has a 2v1 scenario against Squid, but Squid is able to hold the line in the defense, as this will bang out of the corner. Counterattack underway, and Squid will take it all the way. They are now only down by 1.
Cutting the deficit down by half is exactly what you want to do here if you're the Dodgers. And Squid being the man who can here, getting it done. They need one more to tie it up, and he is looking to potentially tie it up here on this kickoff. If a good neighbor touches it back to him, and this could be problematic as it goes into the Dodgers' end, and they're going to have a tough time recovering, and Ali puts that one in, and that's exactly what I said. The kickoff not quite in favor of the Dodgers, and they ended up quite far ahead of the ball.
Yeah, and honestly, what we're seeing now is just some good fundamental Rocket League. Don't get me wrong, it was a beautiful angle from Zach, going up nice and high on that corner to get that touch, and it was a beautiful pass, but it really is just fundamental Rocket League. We're not seeing some flippery doodah sets. We're not seeing some musty flickers. All we're seeing is some good backboard plays followed up by beautiful backboard reads. And again, the pass play from Zach out there in the corner to line that one up and to get it right down there to their teammate to get the goal is just good fundamentals. Play the backboards, keep it over the top of your defender, and just find the gap in the defense, and that's what they're doing, and they're executing well. With that being said, still 3 minutes on the clock, still plenty of time for the Dodgers to make a counterattack.
And the Dodgers trying to get one going as you say that, Squid. A lot of mind games here. Great patience, trying to bait the 1v1 play in a little bit more early. Couldn't quite get it to connect, and the counterattack on the other end meets its demise as Zach puts that one in. 4-1 Bears.
Yep, I just love that beautiful little backhand coming from Ally on that play. Nice little bump there. Didn't even need the demolition. Just get him out the way. Go ahead, move along. We got an open net to score. Well done. And it just really goes to show how much one little bump can really have a huge impact, especially in some 2v2s. But now Squid looking to make a counter attack here, but it will be Zach to get the save to clear it away. Good neighbor, though, not letting up on the offense as they are able to try and get a shot on target, but cleared away yet again. And now Zach with the 50-50 touch, leading this ball to go back towards their own net, but Ally was there to get the clutch, the touch that was clutch to send this one back to the other side. Is Squid now looking again to try and work some solo maneuvery, but Zach taking away their teammate is going to make that a little bit more difficult as this one heads right back to the Dodger half.
Yeah, Squid would like to have that one back. A few moments ago, when he put that one near post, he thought he had a bit more time than he did and took his time, and because of that, the defender got just a piece of it and put it off the post. The Bears trying to get an attack started. Zach gonna slot that one down in front. Great save by Squid, but great patience by Ali not to overcommit. And he's gonna rotate all the way back here and try and get the touch near post. Does in front of it the own net though, and Zach huge clear all the way down the net and trying to be the first one to the ball. Not as speedy as the F1 car though.
Yeah, and this is something that we really see that happens often, is that it's kind of looking to me that the Dodgers are picking up their plays and they're starting to read the offense a little bit too late in the game, because they were doing absolutely, they are doing fine now, but, towards like the first half of the match, they were letting some things go by, but now that they're starting to get, a better read on the offense. Speaking of read, the mind game here, a beautiful read on the defense from Good Neighbor to put this one into the back of the net, and of course Squid being a very dangerous Squid, getting a demolition there. That offensive teamwork there is going to put them within half yet again. 4-2 now is the scoreline with 1:15 left to go.
I like to call that one ejecto seats, cuz, and that was a beautiful fake, and the Bear just flying straight past the ball. This one coming down in front of the net. Ali getting good touch to the opposite corner to keep that away from harm's way. Ali down in front, met quickly by Squid. He's speedy in that race car, and he gets another touch. He's all over the field right now. Good Neighbor gonna try and put that one off the backboard down, but well defended by Zach. And also gets the touch down out of the field, and he's trying to get up there to get the offense started, and he's still being a pain in the side of the Dodgers here with 0 boost and got the boost steal. He's everywhere right now.
Yeah, and the offensive pressure is not letting up because, again, 30 seconds, still able to score. Like, it's still definitely possible for them to score 2 goals, but I like the mindset of the Bears right now, keeping the Dodgers in their own half, literally, oh my goodness, like, getting off all the crossbars, the sidebars, peppering the net. They buttered the biscuit there, like, hitting everything besides the back of the net, and now Ally looking to put this one on target. But with just 10 seconds left to go, it is possible, just not probable. But hang on, hold the phone, here we go. Good Neighbor says no, this game is not over. The pass from Squid to the midfield gives them one more chance to get the equalizer and push this one into OT. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? I don't know. Only time will tell as the kickoff is now underway. Final few seconds tick away, and that will be it. The Bears will take the game.
Yeah, that is a heartbreaker for the Dodgers. All the attempts they had, they tried so hard to tie it up, and they just ran out of time. Clock was the enemy against them. But the Bears, I mean, Zach and Ali, these two, they're connecting on every touch. Like, again, 100% goal participation, like you said, on both teams, to be noted. But every time those two had the ball, they were constantly trying to pass it back and forth. The Dodgers, I think they got to take a note from the Bears here.
Yeah, to me, what I was seeing, in my own opinion, what I'm looking at is I'm seeing just total, this really just came down to the amount of possession. Whoever had the most possession in this game, that's who was going to take the win and walk away with the W. And that's exactly what happened. We're looking at the stats here, and, we see the Dodgers in their own half having to recover 5 saves. On the other side, the Bears only had to recover 3. You're looking at the shot count, you got 11 coming from the Bears, and you only got 7 coming from the Dodgers. So when we're talking about where the ball is, it was mostly being handled by the Bears. They kept the possession possession of the ball for the majority of the time. And not only that, but they controlled the clock, because when it came down to it, they were controlling the ball and the clock, because it came down to the Dodgers having to score in those last few seconds. And when it came down to it, the Dodgers didn't have the time because the Bears had the control.
The Dodgers will be looking to put a dent in the scoreboard here as they find themselves down 2-0 coming into game 3. So trying to change things up a little bit perhaps. And Squid will be on the kickoff right away to meet Allie. And Zach will regain possession, but Good Neighbor up quick, looking for a double, but instead Zach will get there first. He has to back off. Squid up the wall, touching this one down. That's on net. That could be a problem. Huge save coming off the crossbar right away. The Dodgers striking first.
Yep, and now with a shot on target, it's going to be Ally to put this one in the back of the net. And again, we're looking at a little bit of deja vu, because this kind of looked like the Dodgers, what we saw in the Academy League earlier. The Dodgers were just pushing way too far up, and then the counterattack was just too much for them to make it back in time to play defense. 1-0 now early in favor of the Bears.
Yeah, the Dodgers finding themselves in a bit of a hole once again, and they'll get this feed upfield to Zach and redirected in the net. Beautiful passing play here by the Bears. Alley to Zach, touching it in, 2-0 Bears.
Now, you see, if I didn't know any better, I would say that was pure communication there, because normally in that type of play, Zach would want to, kind of fall back into the defensive rotation just in case. But I think Ally was able to communicate and say, hey, I got control of this one. I'm sending upfield. Be ready. I'm sending this one deep. And, Zach, instead of falling back in the rotation, kind of stayed up a little bit and cherry-picked to get that redirect and put it on target. So, like I said, if I didn't know any better, I would say that play was pure communication.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see when the players are talking and it's working, and Squid's gonna find himself a gift dropping into his lap from above, and they cut the lead down by half.
Yeah, Good Neighbor literally turned on a dime there at the midfield, and Squid was way up there, but this time it paid off into their favor. Good Neighbor turning that one so quick that the defense could not readjust at the midfield, and it just left a perfect opportunity for Squid to get just a simple touch and put that one in. And now the counterattack underway, but Good Neighbor was there to get the save and clear it away back towards the midfield. Squid getting the touch here, following it up with the Formula One car, as this will go back towards the Dodgers half, as now Good Neighbor will take some control, banging that one up into the ceiling, but Squid not letting the opposition get any chance to get a touch here, will continue the pressure, and this is just kind of levitating more towards the corners of the map here, as this one will head now to the Bears corner. And now a 50 coming off of Squid, and Zach Squid, of course, will win this one, as Zach is now taking this one towards the midfield, but a scoring opportunity will occur, but it's going to be Ally who gets the save to clear it away, and this will head back to the Dodgers half.
Yeah, both teams trying to slow this one down a little bit, as 3 goals happened in under 50 seconds. I think it was 45 seconds. All 3 of those goals were met, and Good Neighbor trying to get a little clip going on here for the Play of the Week nominee, perhaps going high, twisting around, and just putting that one in to tie the game at 2 apiece.
Yeah, I really like that play, because I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to like balancing the ball on the top of my car, I have a lot more difficulty doing that in the Dominus than I do on any other vehicle. So just seeing Good Neighbor being able to put on that balancing act on the tip of the Dominus really shows me some good mechanical skill there. That to me is really, really difficult to do. So good amount of control and a good follow up there. And again, we're seeing some of those solo mechanics, and they really come out in a huge way here when you're playing 2v2s, trying to get not just past one defender, but both. Well done by Good Neighbor. And now it's going to be Squid to get the save to clear that one away, as this will now be on the Bears trying to keep control here in the Dodgers half.
I was going to say good on Good Neighbor, but also bad because he broke the 100% goal participation streak we had going on. But the Bears have also done that, I noticed, as both teams only have 1 assist right now. So, I mean, you give some, you take some. Good Neighbor, quick touch up midfield, leaves it for Squid. Gonna feed that one off the backboard, try and follow it up, but Zach says, I don't think so. Not gonna happen in front of my net. Alley, quick clear all the way down, caught the overcommitment on the Dodgers once again, and the Bears pull ahead.
Yeah, this is just so dangerous, because Ally getting that quick read, and this is what it comes down to sports. It maintains to Rocket League, of course, but it also pertains to sports like basketball, football, baseball. The player will never be faster than the ball. So even though Squid was kind of was kind of in the right position there. They just could not get back in time from that hard touch from Ally. And now Zach is going to be reading up on this one, up and towards the midfield, winning that 50 and turning that one back around again, just getting past the defense of the Dodgers. So defensively, Chaos, I have to ask you, what is it defensively that the Dodgers can do to kind of hold the line, or if defense is even the answer in this? Like, what do you think the Dodgers can do to kind of get over on the Bears here?
They definitely got to be very careful with the rotations, because this Bears team, very dangerous with their touches, constantly looking for these midfield passes. They're always looking to connect to each other. So the second you overcommit, this team's going to punish you. So they just got to be a little bit careful and talk a little bit more. As a couple times, like I think the last goal, Good Neighbor pushed up just a bit further and didn't realize Squid was going for the double, and that created the problem. So just a little bit more communication perhaps, and they'll be fine. And 2 goals, I mean, they got a minute and 30. That's tons of time to work with. A Good Neighbor trying to get it going here. Big clear. They fire it straight back. Squid gonna have to get a quick touch, but that could be a problematic touch. But a big clear by Good Neighbor.
Yep, now looking for the read off the corner, but Ally will read the shot as this will go back towards the side, and now Zach has some time to work with here, but the touch from Squid will put this back into the danger as Zach shows some control, finding Squid out there into the corner, as now Ally will get a touch here, putting this towards the midfield, but Good Neighbor finds the ball and finds Ally as well. A demolition play will lead to the counterattack being underway as Good Neighbor gets a touch here, playing back towards the midfield, but the 50-50 will send this one sky high towards the side, as now Squid will put this one towards Zach, as the counterattack will be shut down by Good Neighbor. And what we're seeing now is a little bit of time management, I think, coming from the Bears, as they're just kind of playing the clock at this point.
Yeah, they're looking to lock this series up, and it looks like it is pretty locked up unless the Dodgers answer back instantly here, as time is of the essence. Once again, they're playing against the classic enemy, the clock here. But the Bears, if they win this, they move up 3-0, series secured, and it's all just gravy from there. But Squid gonna try and get some momentum going here. He's very low on boost, so he'll fire that one off the ceiling straight down. Great touch, met with the 50-50 by Neighbor in front, but that is not gonna work. Squid gonna try and grab the mid boost, wasn't quite up in time. Good fake here by Good Neighbor, try and get something going into next game, and they will bury it. And once again, they put it within 1 in the dying seconds of the game, Captain.
Yeah, again, I'm really not sure what to chalk that up as, because we did see it 2 times in a row now where it comes in within the last few seconds of the game, and the Dodgers just literally fall down by just 1 goal, and just really being able to get that last second goal. Of course, it's great to have a consolation prize, but in the overall score line, it makes no difference. The winner here was the Bears, and they played absolutely well here, getting 8 shots on the board, 4 saves. And this is what's crazy to me, is that the Dodgers had the higher shot count and the fewer amount of saves, so it's kind of looking like the Dodgers had more possession of the ball overall, but when you really break it down and you get down to it, it was really just a couple of mistakes that the Dodgers made, because we saw twice in that game, the Dodgers were a little bit too crept up, and they were in places where they weren't supposed to be. They weren't positioned correctly, and the Bears really took advantage of that. So if it was up to me, and again, by all means, chat, call me on it if Cap's cap, and let us know in the chat. But if, in my opinion, up to me, I would say that, I would chalk this game up to error. I would say this was an error on the Dodgers.
Yeah, that 1 goal in particular cost them, and I mean, it was a 1-goal game once again. So when the games are this close and you're losing by 1 goal, you got to minimize those mistakes, as just one could lose you the game, and that's exactly what happened. So Dodgers just got to tighten up that back end a little bit, watch that back rotation when they're back checking, basically, and a little bit of banter going on between the teams, asking, has either team won a kickoff yet? And they claim that kickoffs are cursed. So let's see what happens on this kickoff in Game 4.
Well, to me, it looked like Good Neighbor won that kickoff. So kickoff cursed be darned, as this will now go towards the midfield. Good Neighbor with a miss there. And again, could have been costly if the Bears had been in the right position at the right time, but the attack from the Dodgers will be underway. And now looking for a pass play will not happen, as Squid got in the way, and Squid just getting all forms of touches on the ball here, trying to keep it away from the opposition, but Zach will finally get the touch as Squid sends this one up over to Good Neighbor, looking to go off the backboard, but Ally gets there first, and already with the first 30 seconds of play underway, a back and forth will ensue, but Ally high, goes up, gets their own touch, and finds the upper 90.
What a play here. The second touch was just beautiful. Top left. You can't place it any more perfect. And the Bears pulling ahead for the third game in a row. I think they've had the first goal every single game. So, I mean, looking pretty consistent here. So the Dodgers got to do something to shake this up.
Yeah, and again, we're playing all 5 games here at MLE, so it really does matter. And I can't tell you how many times, I really can't. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a 3-0 occur in the series, and then, you know, with the last 2 games, the other team comes and take it. And I gotta tell you, you know, a 3-2 scoreline looks a whole lot better than a 4-1 or you know, Rocket League, Lord forbid, a 5-0. So, you know, I really hope the Dodgers kind of pull it out here, as they do have the chance to get that scoreline a little bit closer.
Yeah, exactly. In this league where you play all 5 and game record matters most, 3-2 wins are only a +1 differential, or a 2-3 loss a -1. So, as you said, 4-1s, 5-0s, huge, and just look monstrous on the record and boost you up astronomically as well. So, the Bears looking to do some repair on the record here, maybe puff them stats up a little bit, but the Dodgers definitely don't want to let that happen. So, you know, your good neighbor here gonna try and deny that, but he pays the price and gets demoed. Squid gonna have to play a quick 1v2 on the respawn, gets a good challenge, and we'll hand that one off. A good neighbor, he's got a target on his back, Captain.
Yeah, and then also, really, that's what you got to do. And I think that's where the differences come in, really, is not only being able to execute these demo and bump plays, you know, kind of getting the physical plays out there, but, you know, executing them within rotation. Because I can't tell how many times I've seen, you know, somebody go for a demo and a bump play, and they take themselves fully out of position, and they leave their net vulnerable. So it's really good to see, you know, we have these teams that are capable of, you know, being able to use the physical demo play meta, but use it, you know, strategically, use it tactfully, and not have it cost yourself or your teammate.
Yeah, good demos are very critical and crucial in 2s, and, you know, the bad ones can really work against you. So, like you said, you gotta really pick your choosings on which ones you're doing, and you're not overcommitting yourselves or putting yourself at a position for bad ones, as then you're leaving your teammate in 1v2s constantly, which is bad. But a great touch by Zach up to Alley, and looking for a double, but that one went a little bit too far past the net for the double to even happen. So Squid firing that one upfield. Good neighbor, good touch. Gets a soft one. Ali wasn't quite expecting that one. Had to throw the brakes on and do a double take. Squid gonna try and fire this one across. Great passing play, but a huge save by Ali.
Yeah, on that one, that was just a fantastic play. And honestly, the only thing that could have shut that down was a fantastic save. And that's exactly what happened. You know, that the other team, you know, the Dodgers, they did exactly what they needed to do. They did nothing wrong. They did not have a mess up. It was just the defense met the offense on that play. Like, they had to come up with an equally amazing save to stop an equally amazing shot. So just well done all around on both sides of the ball there. And the scoreline will remain at 2-0. Still probable for the Dodgers, but let's make it a little bit more difficult, shall we? Ally is going to put another one on the board, getting past not one, but 2 defenders. Now 3-0 here in game number 4. You got to be feeling good right now if you're on the side of the Bears.
Yeah, hats off on the field, as that is the hat trick for Ali. Definitely starting to peak this game a little bit, but Zach saying, hey, don't leave me into the action. I want a quick shot. Fires it on net, but a great save by good neighbor. That one off the backboard, Squid's up, but could not beat Zach. And, you know, I expect a little bit more, Squid. You're in the fast, speedy mobile. You got to be quicker. This one got to be faked off by good neighbor. This one could be an empty net, but great recovery by Squid to apply enough pressure so they didn't have an open shot. And the Bears gonna continue to keep possession of this ball and be a nuisance to the Dodgers currently.
Yeah, honestly, what I'm seeing now, and again, just from my own opinion, keep in mind I'm wearing sunglasses, so, you know, maybe my vision's not all there. But what I'm seeing here is, you know, a real difference in control. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of control come from the Bears, and it kind of seems to me that the Dodgers are just kind of giving the ball away back to the Bears, you know, because when the Bears have the ball, you know, they're doing a lot more calculated plays. They're passing the ball around. They're keeping possession, and I kind of feel like the Dodgers are just giving up possession a little bit too much.
Yeah, and the odd thing too, like you said, the possession has mainly been the Bears, but when I'm looking at the stat line, the Dodgers are actually out shooting the Bears, which is interesting because I feel like we were living in the other end for quite a while, and Allie gonna pick up the fourth goal here. Just a little bit of gravy to go over the top of this game with 26 seconds remaining. But yeah, the Dodgers doing a good job of getting the shots on goal still, but I guess it's just a little bit of a quality issue on the shots.
Now, see, I have to ask myself on that previous play, where was Good Neighbor on that one? Because granted, there wasn't a lot of boost, but in Rocket League, you typically want to go ball over boost. But I'm guessing maybe Good Neighbor either got bumped, got pushed out of the way. But on that play, you got to ask yourself, where's the defense on those type of plays? Because we're seeing way too many open nets than we should. At least again, in my own opinion, but as the final seconds tick away, the Bears continue to run away with the game and the series as they pick up a game number 4 win here, 4-0 now in the overall series scoreline.
Shame on Zach for, breaking rule 1 or 2, depends on what kind of person you are there. Slamming that one down. You're supposed to keep it up for as long as you can, but the Bears shutting down the Dodgers here in game 4. I mean, the Dodgers, you got to win the next game. You can't let these Bears sweep you. And we saw good stuff kind of more individually in that game. Good Neighbor, that recovery on the last play, I don't know if you saw it, Captain, but he got bumped up to the ceiling, kept his flip, and recovered, almost put it in. So that was pretty nuts, but I mean, do you think the Dodgers are going to go sleeping here, or are they going to wake up and really strike back?
I think the next game number 5, is going to be a little bit of exhibition play, because at this point it's 4-0 in the overall score line. I don't think, and not to mention, like we were saying earlier, both these teams are pretty much all for naught as far as playoff contention is concerned. So at this point, I really don't know what to expect. I hope the Dodgers can pull out a win, just so that way we can see an overall score line of where the Dodgers picked up a game, took a loss off the Bears. But like I said, I just really don't have any type of prediction going into this game. I would like to see the Dodgers do something, but only time will tell.
Yeah, they're going to have to shut down this dynamic duo here, these two that seem to be connecting on every single touch. And the Dodgers going to try and start it going right away. Good Neighbor, great 50, trying to get it by Zach. Gets a touch. I don't know if it was accidental or calculated, but that was a really good dunk he got on the follow-through. He goes flying by the ball, trying to get the dunk once again. Allie quick, 1v1, and Allie scores! 1-0. The Bears take the lead for the 5th consecutive time early on.
Yeah, and honestly, this was just a beautiful play by Allie, because I hate being in those positions. You see somebody in a finesse, and they're balancing the ball in their head, so you have to ask yourself, when are they going to flick it? Are they going to flick it? Where's the flick coming in? Because I'm waiting for the Fennec flick, and then they don't even do it. It just falls down by the wayside and goes over to the bottom corner, keeping it on the ground. So it was just good 1v1 mind game coming from Ally there, and I got to say, I do not envy Squid at all. I hate being in that position.
Yeah, one thing that could make it even more horrific, I guess, is, play a little Jaws music when they're coming up with it. Dun dun dun. It's like, when's the flick gonna happen? And it comes last second and they got you. But very, very scary when you're left in that position and you don't know how it's gonna go. But the Bears, once again, getting the attacks going, but the Dodgers trying to answer back here. A little bit of back and forth in the corner. 50-50 going back to midfield. Squid left it on 1v1. Who's going to be the one's master here? That's going to be Squid, and Good Neighbor bailing him out on the rebound here. He's really picking up the pace right now. He's looking a lot faster, Captain.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better because, the 1-0 scoreline, is definitely not so bad, not the worst that we've seen here tonight. But, again, it's just the sake of offense that we're waiting to see. And honestly, we're just not seeing it come from the Dodgers so far. We already know. We know that the Dodgers can play some defense. Now I need to see if they can play a little offense here, because they are still spending a lot of time in their half. An Ally with the cheeky little bump is just going to keep them in their own half for now. Finally, we're seeing the Dodgers kind of push the ball a little bit, but once again, they give up possession, and it's going right back again to the Dodgers half.
Yeah, and the problem with the Dodgers right now, 0 shots on board. It's 4-0 in favor of the Bears. The Dodgers doing a fantastic job at playing defense. And, they heard me talking, Captain. They got their first shot on goal, and it was a perfect one. The game's tied!
Well, there we go. We finally have a pulse. We have a sign of life coming from the Dodgers, and Squid with an amazing shot, putting an absolute laser right underneath the crossbar. Those are the type of shots that we need, the ones that are difficult to save. But overall, we just need to see some more shots being put on the net coming from the Dodgers, as Good Neighbor now will get a touch and sends this one screaming over to the other side of the pitch, where Squid is there and waiting, gets the beat, and will put this one off the backboard. It's Ally with a powerful pinch coming off the wall. Good Neighbor putting this one back down to Squid, as this will go down to Alley, as Good Neighbor now looking to cut this play off at the legs rather, and then put this one over into the side. Has a little bit of boost to work with, and a teammate over into the side. Good pass towards the midfield, but Zach will cancel that one. Read that play like a pop-out book. We're still tied at 1.
Yeah, Good Neighbor getting the boost steal and the feed in front of the net. That save going straight up and down. Zach's going to have to get there, and look at the speed by Zach, beating Good Neighbor, getting the clear all the way upfield. Squid going to have to clear that one in front of the net, but Zach, the read from above, insane, but just wide. Good Neighbor going to try and control this one and get the second touch. Couldn't get it. Alley's quicker to Zach. Another quick shot. These two, again, popping off, really feeling it, and Zach across to Alley, fired off the backboard. The pressure from the Bears really starting to mount, but the Dodgers showing no signs of cracking on the defensive end.
Now you see, this is exactly what I wanted to see from the Dodgers. Now we're seeing the Dodgers wake up a little bit. You know, they're starting to be a little bit more aggressive, starting to take more shots, and this is what I've been waiting for. As Squid goes up, tries to find the net, but will find the crossbar instead. Now it's going the other way, and Zach with the flick going off high off the crossbar, and it's Good Neighbor to get the epic save to clear it away.
I thought it was an open net from my point of view. I did not see the last man creeping in, so good on him to go for the flick, but it was the changeup, the lob ball top corner he went for. Almost worked, but it was saved. And again, this Dodgers squad playing a very good defensive game right now. Good Neighbor going to slow it down. 1v1 gets by one. Can he put it in? He does! The Dodgers have the lead for the first time in the series. This could be something.
Yes, they most certainly can. And this is the second time we've seen Good Neighbor show off some 1v1 mechanics here and nice control. But that's not necessarily going to win you the game. Trust me, I'm really rooting for the Dodgers here in game number 5. But I need to see some more team plays. I need to see them incorporate each other, because we've seen that the Bears can do that. They find each other on the field all the time, and we know that we know the Dodgers have the mechanical skill to make plays happen, but they need to use each other as a team if they're going to solidify this lead and take game number 5.
Yeah, 40 seconds remaining here. The Dodgers really want this win here to not get swept. Alley gonna try and shut that dream down right away. Quick flick meant by Good Neighbor, and the mechanics this guy has really on display right now. Squid, quick touch in front of the net. That's not where you want to go. Huge save by Good Neighbor, but he's got 5 boosts left on the gas tank. Another midfield passing play. Zach to Alley, but could not quite read that one. Ceiling shot pass. There we go. These passing plays, crisp to the eye here, and again they just keep crossing it back and forth, Captain, and eventually it worked.
Yeah, you see these pass plays, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted to see from the Dodgers, but look at the Dodgers now. They are literally shadowing each other. You know, Good Neighbor and Squid, they're literally doing the same thing at the same time, being on the same side of the field, not sharing the field. They're literally shadowing each other, and that's so easy to take advantage of when you're passing the ball around like the Bears are doing. And again, to me, that was just a score that maybe should not have happened. I need to see some more trust between Squid and Good Neighbor. I'm not sure what's going on over there.
Overtime it is in game 5. What a way to put an end to this series. And I mean, these teams are both playing on all cylinders. Maybe they're sporting one of the new jerseys that were just released by MLE. Who knows? But look at the flick, top shelf. Zach puts it away in overtime. 3-2. The Bears end up sweeping the Dodgers.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, the Bears are kind of bullying. Like, even in the last game, they're giving away nothing. They're playing from start to finish all the way, and that will be a 5-0 sweep going to the Bears. What a game, what a series. The Bears taking no prisoners, showing no mercy with 11 shots on the board, an assist apiece for Ally and Zach, and then of course the overall score line of 2-1. 2 goals for Ally, 1 for Zach, and again we're seeing the amount of possession coming from the Bears with that shot count, and then 7 saves on the board for the Dodgers. They were literally strangleholded in their half of the pitch for what not just felt like that entire game, but the entire series.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm looking at their record, 9-21, if that's a 9-21 team, holy, the competition's got to be some fierce in Premier League because they look like a deadly team there. 11 shots to 4 in Game 5, but this is a classic case, Captain, of 5-0 scorelines not quite really telling the whole story because I think, was it every game that was a one-goal game besides maybe one of them?
I mean, maybe so, but again, it was those last few remaining seconds where they scored, and to the point where there was no time left on the clock to get an equalizer. So that's really how it ended up falling in the series. Regardless, it is a win for the Bears. Dodgers go down 5-0, but that will do it for us here tonight at Minor League Esports, presented by APM Music. But guess what? We got some more Rocket League action coming at you tomorrow, so we will be sure to see you there. It's been an absolute pleasure casting with you tonight, Chaos. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing some minor league esports action to you guys at home, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.